Hello and welcome to Tay Shay. My name is Taylor. Today I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial to show you how to do a stacked single crochet. This is a stitch that you can use to replace a chain 3 if you're doing like a granny square or anything that has a double crochet where you need a little bit of height. I find that it just looks a lot neater and I use it all the time and in all of my crochet patterns. If you enjoy these crochet tutorials, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss one of these. You never know what you might learn and how you can level up your new craft. And if you're looking for something fun to make, you can also check out my Etsy. The link is in the description. I sell all sorts of fun crochet patterns that are suitable for beginners. But let's just jump right into the tutorial and learn how to do a stacked single crochet. Now for this, I am kind of going under the assumption that you know how to chain, you know how to do a single crochet, you know how to do a slip knot, all of the basics to get you there, and you know how to do a regular double crochet as well. If you don't know any of those things, I have videos for all of them on my channel, and you can go back to the beginning of the very first video, which is how to do a slip knot and how to do a chain, and then the next video I believe is single crochet, and you can go from there to learn the basics. This is something that someone who's a little bit more advanced, but honestly not really that advanced, will be using more. So the way that I would use a stacked single crochet is anytime that I am working in a circle, so granny squares, hexagons, anything like that, and you're using double crochet. So we want to put 12 double crochets into this circle. What I'm going to do instead to start, instead of doing that chain 3, is I'm going to start with a regular single crochet. So we'll pull up a loop, and then we will yarn over and pull through 2. And what you're going to get is this here, which is a single crochet stitch. And you see that there is like 2 legs to the stitch. You've got this one here on the left and then this one here on the right. And we're going to insert our hook underneath the left leg of our single crochet, which is this one here. So we'll take our hook and we'll just go underneath this part here. Ooh. And then we'll have 2 loops on our hook. And then we are going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops on our hook, and then you get this, which is a stacked single crochet. And then when you place double crochets next to it, especially once you get into that magic ring circle, it'll blend in, I find, a lot better than that chain 3 will. So I'm going to do 11 more double crochet for 12 total, including that stacked single, and then I'll show you what we would do for the beginning of the next round. I have my 12 double crochets here, so we'll pull on the end of that magic ring so that we can get it to be tighter. So when you do a chain 3, you have to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, which I find can look a little bit messy. But with the stacked single crochet, which you really can't even tell is much different than the double crochets here, all you need to do is insert your hook in the top of the stitch and then slip stitch into that. And it honestly blends in so nicely. You can't really see a difference, but I find that with chaining 3, you can always tell the difference. So if we're here, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. So we're going to go underneath the first stitch where you want to start, and we're going to do a regular single crochet. And to get that stacked single crochet, you see the 2 legs. Insert your hook under the left leg only, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 2 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through both loops. And you can see there is your stacked single crochet. But you can tell that that is a stacked single crochet, but when you're looking at it just like at a glance, you'll see it is a lot neater than if you were to do a chain 3. And I'm just going to show you, for example, we'll undo this stacked one that we just did, insert our hook back in there, and then we can chain 3. So we'll do chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. And you can see that looks a lot different to a double crochet than the stacked single crochet does. And you're going to be able to see it a lot more. So let's put a double crochet, we'll do a double crochet increase into this next spot. And you can see it's not really sitting as flush and as nicely either, and it depends on the person. You might want to do 2 chains, you might want to do 3 chains, but I always find that it gaps weird, and then you do have to go into a weird location. And you'll be able to see this, I find, a lot more than that stacked single crochet. And that's why I love using it, and I use it in a ton of my patterns. So just for clarity's sake, let's do it one more time, just in case you're still a little bit confused. So all you need to do is insert your hook into the stitch you want to work in and pull up a loop, and then complete that first single crochet. You'll see that V, that upside down V, and you're going to go under the left leg of the crochet stitch and get in there and then pull up a loop so that you have this. So you've got 2 angles, 2 loops on your hook, and then you're just going to yarn over and pull through 2 to get that stitch, and then you can just double crochet as normal. And you can see there that when you add that double crochet, there's not the same gap that you get with that chain 3. It is so nice. But yeah, that is how you do a stacked single crochet. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can check out my Etsy where I sell beginner crochet patterns, and I have a ton of videos, different how-tos on the channel, so I hope that you'll join me along the journey of sharing my favorite craft with all of you.